Probably should have added the audio from the desktop to this. You live and you learn. Seriously, why is it being so quiet? I just checked it. Bitch ass microphone. There we go. Oh, that I think freaks me the fuck out every time.
Who are you?
Acknowledge my controller. So bad. Way too loud to take my headphones out. Alright. So for this one, because I want to get the most scenes possible in Ascended Astarion's romance, we are going to do the Dark Urge, because that'll give us the most comprehensive story. There we go. That'll give us the most comprehensive story. Mike's still being too quiet. Hello. I'm trying a new... Hey, assassin! I'm trying a new, lavalier mic. No. Come on. I'm trying a new lavalier mic, and it's, like, pinned to me. And it looks like it's not being loud enough in OBS, but it's at 250%. Hey! So if it's being a little horrible microphone, please let me know. We'll bump it up to 500%. Oh, I'm probably gonna do like a normal run for Ascended Astarion, not evil run, because I want to have all of the cutscenes for that super cut. I don't think I have the poly mod installed, but I might. So if we accidentally romance extra people, I guess we romance extra people. But we probably will not be a goody two-shoes. That's for sure. We'll still do a lot of stuff, which forces you to kind of be a good character because you have to do all of the shit. But we definitely won't be like the most amazing paladin or something. We won't be a paladin at all. I hate playing paladin. No offense to Minthara. I am going to do this character creation section with the mouse and keyboard because that's so much easier. I got those mods to work. So CBR, I want to say their name is Cerberus, but I might be pronouncing it wrong. I'm not sure yet if we're gonna go down the ball path or the not assisting ball path. We got quite a long time to decide whether we want to do that or not. But I do know that we'll be quick saving before we go into the final act so that I can get both versions of the evil ending and the good ending for the edit. But whatever one we want to be the true ending, we'll vote on closer, and that'll be the second one we do. Hi! Okay, so, well, that was a very weird hi. That was like, my voice went up into my nose. Maybe I've had too many of these Mountain Dews. But I'm going to use the mouse and keyboard to do the character design. It's so much faster when I can click through it instead of like scrolling. But most of the rest of the game, I'll be using my plug-in PlayStation controller. Because I got this on PlayStation and I like to play games the way I learned them. I want to be a girly pop. For sure. Should we be... I mean, we are going to be the Dark Urge, so we won't be Lothsworn. But should we be a drow? An elf? Half-elf? Tiefling? I don't want to do... dragon or Githyanki or any of the shorter races because I want it to be like, I want to be able to use the kiss animation. And you can use it with Gith, but Gith has a lot of like special scenes. No, I haven't seen K-pop Demon Hunters. I'm not sure what it is beyond seeing like it occasionally, like artwork for it will pop up in like different groups on TikTok. Like I'll see like artwork pop up, but I don't even know what it's about. Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with playing Dragonborn. It's just the mod I have that'll let me kiss whenever I want doesn't look right when I use it with certain races. I got one half elf, one drow. I almost always play a half elf, primarily because half elf has a head or a face. I call them faces, but I guess they're called heads. That I think looks just like me. And then I can pretend that I'm the one kissing Astarion. Is it like a Netflix one? The only streaming service I have right now is Netflix. Well, I guess technically I have Amazon Prime too, because that comes built into my Prime. Okay, we got 2 for half elf, 1 for drow, and 1 for tiefling. I definitely know I want to be a girly pop. Because if I do one where I'm playing a guy and I romance Ascended Astarion, I'll want to do that as its own, like, a Killian supercut. I'd like to do that for each character, to have a supercut of their romance as each of the gender options that we have. Recently on Netflix, I've been like into rewatching Stranger Things. I also have NordVPN. I'm too lazy to go look up my affiliate code with them, but I have NordVPN, and I use that to watch stuff that on Netflix that isn't in America. Like every week, we use it on the TV on Mondays and Fridays so that we can watch WWE. I mean, one of them we technically don't have to use it for, but we use it all the time anyway. And then you can watch some other shows like The Big Bang Theory. The Vampire Diaries. But right now I've been rewatching Stranger Things to like prepare for the next season coming out. Everybody thought that Steve was such an asshole in the first season, and rewatching it, I'm like, no. Y'all are crazy. He thought his girlfriend was cheating on him. He was defending her every time he like stepped in. Like, even when his friends were absolute jerks, he went and cleaned the building for the guy that owned the movie theater himself, even though he wasn't a part of that situation. He was a good kid, and I don't think he and Nancy belong together, but he's a good kid. He could do better than Nancy. I'm a Steve. Specifically, like the season 3 him when he's working at Scoops Ahoy. That's my favorite season of Steve. Okay. We're gonna go with half elf because that seems to have the most votes. Let's see. What's a good cantrip to use is that one. I use the fire cantrip the most of everything because I like to blow shit up. Let's see. What would be a good class for the Dark Urge? Dark Urge always comes up as a sorcerer, but I don't really enjoy playing sorcerer that much because I can't put a lot of outfits on that look cool because sorcerer is like weird. I don't want to be a rogue because he's a rogue. Maybe you haven't seen Stranger Things yet, or K-pop Demon, because I can't speak to K-pop Demon, but you should definitely watch Stranger Things. Especially every season is based off of something in D&D. I'm always playing a ranger. That's like my go-to class. I think we'll do Bard because that's a fun one to watch. And I have a mod that's gonna let me have a bigger party, so it will not matter that I'm just a tiny little support class. I love Thunderwave. When I respec Shadowheart, I always give her like Tempest domain because I love Thunderwave. To think about what spells I want to use because I'm going to have mods. So, to think about what I'm actually going to use. Yeah, okay. See, this is a face I always like to use. I think that... Why? I removed all of the lemon. Really? I'm sorry. One of the mods snuck its little butt through that I remove every single time. Every single time. And I'm afraid that when I open this mod manager to remove it again, that it's going to make the mod I spent 2.5 hours fixing not work anymore. So fingers crossed, everyone. I unenabled every single one of these mods. Just uninstall it, my god. That's what I uninstalled you before. Does anyone else use any of these lemon ones? Does it always reinstall them for you? Like, it does that to me every single time. I go in and I uninstall them, and then it just, like, when I start a new game, it's just like, boom. Back in. How long has my audio capture for the desktop been turned off? First I thought I had too much Mountain Dew. Now I feel like I haven't had enough Mountain Dew. Okay. We have to do that again. And this is why when we have VODs, we edit them down. Because our computers be bitch-ass hoes sometimes. But not in like a cool way. In like a swoop in and steal your food from the fridge at work kind of way. Okay, let's try this again. This is what I think. Like, I think my face looks like that. Especially when I don't have fake lashes on. So many heads. So many heads. So one time, I hit the random button to create a file just to get clips for. And I got this really beautiful face with this hair I really liked, but I didn't like the color. So I adjusted the color. And it wasn't until I'd been playing for like 3 hours that I realized I was wearing Shadowheart's face. But you cannot tell me that she does not just have a really pretty face. Like, especially, what was the hair I used? It was like, I'm pretty sure I used one of the hairs that I ended up using for Viper. that one still. Maybe I don't have more dresses still. It's the right font. The downside of having so many mods is that you're like never sure if you're using the right one. And that's not happening so. Or it's like way higher up. Yeah, it was like, this was the front of the hair. And then it was orange. And then I did the thing that I always do. I like go in and I change skin tone and freckles. And I was like, wow, she looks so pretty. And I just couldn't tell. I couldn't tell that it was Shadowheart. Hi. I don't know why I couldn't tell. I had that happen with the Dream Visitor once too. I was just like clicking through. And I had them bald and I was like, damn. This is a really hot thing. And then I realized it was Astarion. And so I made a short making fun of it. But that one I realized in like 30 seconds. I was just like, damn, oh wait. Well, that's gonna flip, isn't it? So there's I think they flip some clips. You can always change her up in the mirror. So much hair. All the hair in the world. We're just gonna play with Shadowheart's face. Like, how can, like, no, like, she's so pretty. How can I say no? I already put so much effort into trying to show you what I had before. So many colors. Aw, red might not be the right color for orange hair. Me too. She looking TikTok pretty. She kind of looks like that bold glamour filter. There are some filters on TikTok I like, but that one makes me look like a guy. I don't know why, but it gives me like a really square face and gets rid of my eyelashes. So I have to be using it wrong. We're Shadowheart's evil twin. Let's just up here. No, not that orange. Not that orange. That's too orange. No. Ooh, I like that. It's like an auburny color. This is what my hair color is when I don't put anything in it. It's like brown, but it has like a bunch of red highlights. But I think I look better with like black hair. Don't ever make the mistake I made though. I dyed my hair black, and the only way to fix it was to cut it all off into a pixie cut and grow it out. Like, you cannot fix box black dye. You just can't. Anyone who tells you they can is a liar. Don't purchase their service. Well, I think with our hair looking like this, we should name ourselves Ember. Like from Danny Pants. Ember, you will remember my name.
You need a garden. Shoes on.
Let's have a half elf guardian this time too. Shake it up a little. I already know what I want to do. Right. It's gotta be in here somewhere. This one specific... Oh, it's because I'm an elf. I was like, why is that the right number if it doesn't look right? There we go. This one specific face. Like the palest of pale. There we go. Tell me. Does this face not look like a young Astarion? Like I would have to play the game like this and like have a bunch of footage for like a video on what Astarion's life would have been like when he was young. It's great. We're gonna go with it. So Astarion is definitely, in my opinion, a moon elf because he doesn't have the right coloring to be a sun elf. Like, it's not about how pale his skin is, it's about his undertones. So you know how, like, if you have, like, a yellowish undertone to your skin, like how Cazador does, he's pallid, or paler, not paler like P-A-L-E-R, paler like a pallor, which basically means to be pale, but not white. It just means to be paler of the shade you already are. He has yellow undertones. So I definitely think that Cazador is a sun elf. But Astarion, definitely a moon elf. Moon elves typically have black or white hair, blue or green eyes. They have a much paler, cool undertone to their skin, so it's like reds underneath. You have blue or purple veins, although we can't see his veins. I don't think he would be a star elf because they live on a completely different plane. So he wouldn't be here. And moon elves do tend to live in cities, and they tend to have jobs that require a lot of like study, which would mean that realistically Astarion would have blue or green eyes. It's more common to have green eyes for moon elves, but some moon elves, specifically ones that tend to have like blonde hair or white hair, tend to have like silver or blue eyes. So we're gonna go with a blue eye for him because blue with gold flecks would be the most common for his hair color. So that's why we're going with this blue one that has the gold in the center. Obviously, has to have eyeliner. Is it Astarion if he doesn't have eyeliner? And realistically, his hair would still be white. Not that shade of white, though. Is your hair, my love? There we go. Sure. And then we'll do like a gray grain to it, and that'll give it a little bit more texture. We have young Astarion. Black hair does suit Astarion. I did one where I did this hair and I made it black and I gave him like hot red streaks through it to match the Dream Visitor's outfit. Oh my god. I saved some of the scenes from that just to use as B-roll in a couple of different essays now because he just looks so good, especially when I'm like talking about elves having past lives. I'm always like throwing in that one. And away we go. I'm not going to end up using this specific cutscene, so I'll talk over it, but any cutscenes I'm going to need to use for the super cut, I'll have to not talk over. No, I haven't played Warhammer. I tend to play games where I can either romance a character or there's something about the game's story mode that makes me really excited. Like, I really liked Final Fantasy XIV. We don't have a subscription to it right now, because we don't pay for it when we're not currently playing it. That would be a bad financial decision. But I had an ex who tried to convince me that I did not like games even though I spent my whole life playing Zelda. My religious parents would not let me play just anything. Turn down the F1 tab for a second. My religious parents won't let me play anything that wasn't like approved, so it's like Mario and Zelda and that Scooby-Doo games, and that was it. But I really loved playing Zelda. I was super good at playing all of the ones that we had. I could beat Majora's. I got to a point where I could beat Majora's Mask in just 3 cycles of going back in time. And I was really proud of that. And then my ex convinced me that I did not love video games by constantly torturing me while trying to teach me how to play League of Legends over and over and belittling everything in my life over and over. And I left that relationship thinking I hated games. My husband was like, well, it wasn't my husband yet, we were just friends. He was like, well, you used to like video games, right? So why don't you try Final Fantasy XIV? I think you'd like that. And so he bought me a subscription to it, and we played it together, and I fell in love with Final Fantasy XIV. And I spent at least 3 days trying to name my character, and I named her Katira O'Fray, and that was where my name came from, and that has just been my name since. And so I still play Final Fantasy with my husband all the time. It's no wonder that he won me over. If I could have a dragon, I would like to have Toothless. We went to Universal Epic, and they didn't have, because it was a preview for Animal Crossing, we didn't have the Toothless animatronic working yet. Maybe I'm crazy, but Lizelle looks so pretty here. Like this cinematic moment, she just looks so pretty in firelight. I like Toothless. I feel like he is if a dog and a cat had a baby and it was a dragon. He looks like a black cat. Like, black cats are just shadows with eyeballs, and they're so cute.
The blood in your head thrums and pounds. That pounding blood obscures who you are. An overwhelming loss of memory. How you ended up amidst these hellish flames is just as hidden. You have nothing in your skull, besides your name and a headache. But you are in danger. The dark urge. Whatever that is you. You will claw back the truth. But first you have to claw your way out of here.
My head.
I just realized if I want this to be even editable, I'm gonna have to put the headphones back on. So that it's not... Why? What? Am I echoing to you? Because it looks like I have two, like I randomly got a brand new audio capture I did not have before. Let's turn that off and see if... Can you still hear me? I'll give you a second for it to catch up. That was weird. OBS just decided to invent a new audio capture out of nowhere. Yeah, I think that the weird sound was that it was picking up everything that was coming out of the speakers, as well as picking up everything that was coming out of the additional audio set
Dead.
that it randomly invented. Warren's hair looks so pretty. I love giving it to the Dark Urge because whenever I give Warren's hair to the Dark Urge, in my mind, I'm like, this is what all of the sisters wear.
We are here.
So we're kind of her sister. We both have the
Images
same
of
father.
goblins, their habits and histories flash into your mind.
We are trapped.
Rescue the cat! I hate this outfit so much. I look like a clown.
Yes, you've come to save us from this place. From this place, you'll free us. Please. Before they return. They return.
Oh, I bet coughing makes everybody cry. Oh, Baldrun. Would your bald run of Baldur's Gate be you playing a young Balderon?
Remove us from this body. From this case. Free us.
Down to like
Please.
2, so that I can actually hear myself speaking. Time for our ladies left be on my side in this run. Yeah!
You notice edema, a swelling of the brain causing pressure where
You know
it
what I should've
strains
done
against the
just
shell
there,
of
and
the
I
skull.
didn't think to change my voice. Well, I don't have all of them. Let's do Elstrand. Her next turn. Makes sense. She's the goddess that is known for being beautiful.
The brain lifts from the skull, but you notice an opportunity. You could cripple the strange creature, making it more subservient should it prove a threat.
We are going to be so much more beautiful.
Your
when I get
fingers
that
twitch
chest on
with the
that chest
desire
and
to
help.
rip its tender, moist meat to shreds.
Spare. I wanted to fight with me later.
We are free. Our freedom is ours, friend.
The creature pauses, listening. Something behind your eyes seizes in recognition.
We must go to the helm. At the helm, we are needed.
It would be the same if you were playing a Dwagar too. So like the Dwagar get a special team. They recognize what us is like the Yankee because when the Get Yankee started to fight back against the Elithids in I want to say 3rd edition, the Elithids went down into the Underdark, and they went into the furthest reaches of the Underdark, and they started to enslave the Dwagar. But they also started... let me know if that's better for the game audio. They're fighting each other because I want to make sure that you can hear me, but I also want to make sure that I'll be able to use the game footage, and the game is being a little, pardon my French, it's being a little cunt muffin. But so the Illithids, they went down into the Underdark, and they started to enslave the Dwagar first. But then they started to enslave other races, and there's a bunch of like special creatures that are similar to us that are made from different types of creatures in the Underdark. And I think it's really cool that the Dwagar know what the Illithid is, but everyone from the Underdark should recognize what us is, not just the Dwagar.
To the helm we go. We are going to the helm.
This is a baby voice. I can't do a big voice. I would like to think my voice can go that high and squeaky, but I don't think it can. I hate this outfit so much.
Abomination. This is your end.
Your head throbs and your skin tingles.
I think
Visions
it's so
rush past.
funny that
A
every
dragon's
time we
wing,
have
a
headaches,
silver sword,
when we come out of having a headache,
and
we
a
always make
flash
such
of your
pretty
face
faces.
seen through the strange woman's eyes.
Oh. My head. What is this? Skvar. You are no thrall. Vlaakith blesses me this day.
I kind of want to
Together, we might
think that's
survive. We carry mind flayer parasites. Unless we escape, unless we are cleansed, our bodies and minds will be tainted and twisted. Within days, we will be Geich, mind flayers. First,
If you ever
we
don't want to have to
exterminate
deal
the
with her,
then we
just
find
pick
the helm and
door.
take control
Just like
of
go
the
straight
ship.
to the bottom, and she will skip
As for
straight
that
to the end of her
thing,
conversation.
it will remain tame as long as it believes we are thralls. It may be of use in the fight to come.
You're such a yeah, eaters. Like, close your mouth while you chew, sir.
Time to strike. Let my name be known.
Obviously that, like, I hate Bard so much, but it has so many great lines. Is he a morally gray character? The Maharazai? Is that, am I saying it right? Maharazai? I haven't heard it, so I'm just guessing.
Victory awaits. Let my name be known. You proved
They have
surprisingly
potion
adequate
speed.
in battle. Now, to the helm.
Boom.
I feel
Ship won't be able to take another dragon attack. We need to get out before it's too late.
I like when
Mind
they
flayer
say
machinery.
Ignis and not
Better watch
Ignis.
what I
Like some
touch.
people will be like Ignis, and I'm like Ignis. I do think it's a little weird that when you're a bard and you talk to Gale, you get the dialogue as if you were a non-magic class, but you're still doing magic as a bard. A lot of your abilities are all based on spells. And
Improve. But for
now
what?
for the boring to watch parts, but the fun for me part, because I get to try on all the free clothes. Sometimes I will create files just so that I can create a character and then dress her up like a Barbie doll. I'm a Barbie girl in a bolder world. Yeah. Forgot I have this one installed right now. And this is gonna end up being age restricted anyway, so if she flashes her panties at us, it doesn't really matter. No one wants to see her panties. I do. Maybe not everyone else. Maybe y'all not as thirsty as I am. Obviously, I'll probably make Astarion shirtless, because I can, so why not? Let's look for something that gives me similar vibes. Yeah. Okay, that might be a little bit too much booty for network television. That outfit flash was enough to get me age restricted. For sure. I just realized I'm also gonna have to take off all her clothes to have them dyed. Well, I mean, unless I could just scroll down and for a few things that I need to type. Ooh, or I could test out my sensor card that I created. Oh god, no. You know what I should have downloaded? I should have downloaded the mod that gives you all of Astarion's collars. But we'll give her a ribbon instead. That'll be her day collar. That's not too far off from mine. I like mine IRL. Give her these so that I can cheat the system. The one piece of clothing that's all about cheating the system. Everything else is completely cosmetic. Everyone avert your eyes. Just in case we don't get to Astarion's sex scene in this specific episode. Oh yeah, give these to Zoe.
Indolence breeds madness.
I was going for like praying tippy time. It's tippy time. It's also took every ounce of everything I have in me to stream on a Friday because it meant that I didn't watch WWE. My husband has been like super sleepy all day. He could not fall asleep for the longest time. So he went and got me coffee this morning and then eventually fell asleep. Stayed up way too late. Mainly because he has insomnia. It sucks. Don't ever get insomnia, especially not if it's like bad enough. You get like medication for it. It's not fun. I don't have it, so I'm guessing. But he doesn't look like he's having a good time.
Still breathing, despite everything.
I have to send one of them over!
Eager for battle.
Because to dye her clothes when I have like 500 different pieces of, like, I have over, what is it, 1,600 pieces of clothing from having 20 or 30 different mods that are a chest full of clothes, that it would be impossible to find them. So I take all of them off and send them to another person and dye all the clothes and underwear, because her underwear are going to show, so I have to dye them. So right now she is buck ass naked, and YouTube keeps smiting me for that. Even though she's not a real character. Even when people aren't naked, the Can Astarion Have Children video got age restricted because there was a completely clothed pregnant woman's stomach. And they did not accept my appeal.
Assume nothing.
And then both of the live streams got age restricted from last week, and only one of them they were willing to let me like
I have a lot on my mind.
not have it age restricted
And,
anymore.
well, in it.
Why did that not die?
Enough waiting. I crave blood.
Can't give up now.
Wrong button. Okay. Now we are dressed again. This is our camp outfit. See, I had to dye her underwear too because they're going to be showing. And then this is our regular outfit. Again, our underwear is showing. So also had to dye them for that too. She looks so much better. Everything in the world should just be black and pink at all times. Maybe red. Red is acceptable. Black and pink and red at all times. If it doesn't look like something Avril Lavigne would have worn in 2006 at a Hot Topic event, I don't want to wear it. Yes, please. All of these evil little cheeks in my mods. Do I need to wear this ring? No. Am I going to wear Red Moons to the Astarion anyway because I can and they're symbolic? Yes. You need better camp clothing or I need better camp clothing? Let's get some weapons on her. I'm not going to do Lazel's outfit yet. My favorite trick, and this is something you cannot do on the PC because of the, or not the PC, the console because of the way it's set up. But on the PC, I can just keep summoning this specific summon box by going and checking it on and off after I drink the potion. And I could just infinitely duplicate this super awesome weapon. Mods are really the only way to get better camp clothes before Act 3, unfortunately. Oh, no. I don't know if y'all saw that, but the mod just like freaked out and turned into a bunch of bags instead of weapons.
Assume nothing.
Must lug my guts through this hell.
No. People say lug my guts are just like, it does not conjure a very PG image in my head as someone who loves Hellraiser. Absolutely be a Cenobite. Lug,
The
gut
console
lugger.
appears dormant.
She'd like have to carry her intestines around.
The console hums to life. Suddenly, you feel a hideous squirm.
I like how you can
in
see
your
out of the
head.
corner,
The parasite.
just there, with the
Then
fly
discomfort
slit, that there's like a
fades,
chain
and another
sticking out.
sensation washes over you. Connection. Authority.
Nice.
You feel the biomechanical brain of the console process your command.
It would really suck if Shadowheart couldn't save Shadowheart.
A shiver runs across your mind. You feel sated.
I didn't recruit Shadowheart in the run that
Thought
I had
that damn
for
thing was
Faith,
going to be my
and that's
griffin.
probably why it took so long to
Thank
realize it was her.
Your mind lurches into her
I
thoughts.
got her and I changed her hair because I
Gratitude
changed
is
the French
mixed
face.
with wariness.
And I was like,
Because you have a
wait,
gift with
wait!
You keep dangerous company.
Got a problem with you?
More that Gith have a problem with everyone else. But there's more important matters right now. Survival. Let me come with you. We can get off this ship and watch each other's backs along the way.
Alright then.
Shadowheart. One moment.
I love this outfit that Ember is wearing. I 100%
Finally. Let us
wish
make
I had
for
the
hell.
confidence to wear
We've
something
wasted
like
enough
that.
time already. She's right. Lead on.
Although it would probably require a lot of body tape in real life. If we go somewhere and we say we're twinning, we really mean it.
We are nearing the helm. Once inside, do as I say. Who put you
I
in
accidentally
charge?
did that with
I'll trust
Lae'zel
my
once
own
too because
judgment.
her face doesn't come with her
Yank.
markings. Like there was a version that's her face just as is with the markings, and then there was a version of her face that doesn't have the black paint. And I created a file with a character that was her face, and made several like clips that I needed that were like all related to Astarion, and I posted one as a short, and someone went, "Why is that Lae'zel? What did you do to her?" And I was like, "Is it Lae'zel? Oh shit!" So of course, then I had to go and record Lae'zel kissing Lae'zel. That whole phenomenon started from TikTok, where I posted a video of using Ascended Astarion's kiss on Astarion, but I was a different guy. Like I was my own tab. And someone was like, "Why did I think that was gonna be Astarion?" And I was like, "I got you." And I went and changed his face to Astarion's.
We must escape. Now.
Do it. We will deal with the Geich after we escape.
I have a bad habit of if people say
Connect the
something funny,
nerves. Nerves.
they're like, "I wish I could do this," and I'm like, "I could do that. I will fucking do that."
We need to get out of here. Now.
Swift and lethal.
Out there, quick.
What now?
Now. Shit! I totally forgot that Bard has to wear light clothes, and my armor is medium. You can't see me, but I'm staring into the void of darkness, contemplating my life choices.
Swift as my feet can carry me.
Can you tell I've only ever been a bard? Like, you would think that with how thirsty I am, I would be a bard.
Time to strike. I will not know failure.
Yeah, but
What's the plan? Have to keep going.
won't get extra experience on stuff here. I hear it yummy yummy daddy dado. I yummy toe.
I wonder if the gods are watching me.
It's like in the opening scene.
Hurry, before they strike.
And I did not hear that until I was watching Jennifer and her they're still fiancés or they're actually married now. I'm just gonna go play. I'm watching Jennifer and her wife play. So close.
Victory awaits. Make way. My faith will protect me.
Salty's doing better than me, man. We're gonna have to change.
The helm's alien
We're gonna have
transponder.
to change. Well, I have
made
to
it in
change
time.
Shadowheart's filter. What did you tell Orin to get her to change? I like how the Nonoid looks like a conch shell with tentacles coming out of it. Focus on it slower. I like to learn about things I can eat. That's why I know so much about Astarion. And energy drinks. I could not focus. I could not make it through a day of work and focus and be a real human being who isn't shaking her legs and biting her tongue and singing a song off key for the rest of the day before slipping into a horrible, debilitating paralysis if I did not drink coffee followed by energy drinks followed by soda. That actually happened to me the other day. I put that exact outfit on Shadowheart on the PC because I needed a specific clip for something. And I was working towards the clip, and for some reason, even though she had underwear on, it decided to glitch, and like the two assets cross over each other, but it glitched directly in the center of her crotch. And so I'm recording, and I'm like, I can't use this now. It just like full on crotchless underwear. It's like it knew I was recording. I don't like Killing the Road, but I do like Minthara's romance. Minthara's romance is also like one of the few girl romances that I like doing better as a guy, and that's just because given what Minthara's culture is, it's so much more significant if she lets herself fall in love with a man. Whereas like the only time I've ever romanced Shadowheart as a guy was when I did the Approvals run, and I made him look like my husband's player character because he romanced Shadowheart.
Once you were free of the Mind Flayer ship.
But I
almost
always play a girl. I like to romance.
If you don't find a way to remove the tadpole burrowed in your brain
like
soon, your future will be as blank as your past. Your head whispers vengeance. You cannot wait to slice your way
You can
forth,
romance Paulson and Minthara.
brought this tragedy upon you.
At getting Minthara in Act 2. You just don't get her romanced. Have like a kisses only relationship. I'm not here for that. Wake up, self. As Shadowheart would say, you have to climb Mount Folsom. I think what Paul. I wouldn't go after someone
You're
like
alive.
Paulson in real life. I'm
I'm
not really into that
alive.
body type, but
How is this
I
possible?
do like that Paulson is the one of the few characters that eats you for dessert. To be more like YouTube overlord friendly. Was dramatically timed divine intervention. I like Bard's lines. I don't like Bard's abilities.
The Divine tend to keep their interventions close to the chest. Though, I suppose it's not impossible.
Simple.
First things first, we need supplies, shelter, and most of all, a healer. We might have escaped, but we still have these little monsters in our heads.
I think what makes me feel okay romancing Paulson is like how daddy coded he is. And I don't, when I say daddy coded, I don't mean like daddy hit me again. I mean daddy coded, like a father, like a dad bod, like Pedro Pascal.
We need each other, and we both know what's at stake.
Oh my god. I love
Can't
Pedro
think of better
Pascal.
company. One thing, just before we go. I wanted to thank you again for freeing me. It would have been all too easy for you to run right past my pod, but you didn't.
There's only one.
I'll remember that. Lead the
like,
way.
Thinking about and like trying so hard to think of if there's a second. Like I'm racking my brain for a second one. I can only think of one IRL burly guy that I quote burly guy that I find attractive, and that's Roman Reigns. And that's 100% his presence. Like the presence he brings as his character. Like he is incredibly dominant and commands a room. Like everybody sees him and they want to kneel. Okay, let's get us into a different outfit.
My faith will guide me.
I don't have to have a Barbie censorship again. I don't mind muscle. I just don't like really big guys. Like if I look at you and I feel like you could kill me by laying on top of me. No, thank you. No, thank you. I like dominant men and women, but I like a very like I hate being like feminine and masculine because it's very binary coded, but what traits are typically considered to be feminine, like dominant, dark feminine, are traits I like in people of every gender. Who I liked, that's the only burly guy I like, Roman Reigns, the tribal chief. Definitely look him up. The boy is gorgeous. Long dark hair, constantly slicked back, tawny skin, dark eyes, strong sharp features. Classic Samoan. I'm a very masculine person. Like if we're going based off, again, the binary definition of how people act, I tend to act very assertive and aggressive and masculine. I like my opposite. I like men who are very soft and compassionate, that are good leaders, Like, you'll see, I talk about it more in the episode of editing that'll come out next week that's like about Spawn Astarion as a Dom. That he's more of like a worship Dom. They're still very dominant and they definitely have leadership qualities, but they're Doms who aren't this stereotypical idea of what would be a dark masculine presence. They'd be much more like Astarion. Slimmer body, sassier personality, more sarcastic and witty, very focused on hobbies that are typically associated with women, like reading or liking fashion or caring about how they look or putting effort into appearing a certain way. They tend to find that appealing in a partner. But like I said, it's the same. It is the same no matter who they are. Like, doesn't matter what gender you identify as. I like the same qualities in people. But the qualities I like are typically associated with certain genders. So I am more often attracted to women. What should we put her in? I do need to find less light armor to give. I guess we're gonna end up giving this one to Ember. And then we'll wear Ember's outfit.
Still in control.
So I want to make sure I wear something that my bard. I guess with the cape on, it doesn't show her butt too much. Maybe YouTube will forgive me. I think Astarion has like the perfect amount of like muscle and physique for me. So I'm always working on 2 book series at a time. That's what so that when one is done, I'm working on the other one and I wait 2 months and then I go and I reread the first one I was working on and edit it so that I'm looking at it with fresh eyes as if I were doing traditional publishing, which I used to work in. And the other series I'm working on, I haven't officially announced. I do have like a reading from it in the next video, but it's a werewolf series. So all of the guys in that series are like 6'5" or taller, except for one guy. One guy was like slender, but he's still really tall. All these guys are like super tall, super broad, Hugh Jackman-y kind of guys. It's like falls into the werewolf trope. And it's the first time I've ever written a guy that's built like that. Like even Cedric in the Gemstone of Souls, who's a werewolf, is not super big and bulky, so it's interesting.
What am I to do?
I'm married to Gale, so you would think I would be like, yes, Gale only. I have a Gale in the other room. If I want to make out with Gale, I'll go make out with Gale. So I like Astari. Although I tend to have similar trauma to him and be a sassy, sarcastic bitch, so it's kind of like I'm romancing myself sometimes. But I feel like that makes it more fun. Okay, so let's do her camp outfit. It's obvious she has to have a different one. I have mods, so let's mod. New thing. Very dominatrixy. I love it. It's like that audio. It's disgusting. I love it. Give it to me. I should not be allowed on TikTok, man. Always be bringing home stray sounds. The taboo gives us the ability to influence others. Any power can be given as a power well received. I don't like that. I really liked Geralt in The Witcher 3. In The Witcher 3. I really want to be into the live action Geralt, but I haven't watched it, so I don't really know. As a teenager, I was super into oh my god, my brain just like completely shut off. No thoughts. I was really into both Inuyasha and Shomru when I was a teenager, and then I wasn't allowed to watch Lord of the Rings because religious family until my dad was like, "You should let her watch it," and I didn't because I didn't want to upset my mom. And my husband was like, "You should watch Lord of the Rings," when like around the time we first met, and Orlando Bloom. I did not like him in Pirates of the Caribbean that much. I thought he was like such a goody two shoes in it. Oh, but with long blonde hair. I like to think I have two types. I like blondes who you absolutely shouldn't be with because they are a sarcastic, snarky, morally gray bad boy. Or dark-haired boys who have absolute golden retriever boy energy. I wish I was tall. I'm 5'3" on a really good day when I stand as straight as I possibly can so that my driver's license will say 5'3". And the women in my family are not very tall. I've never thought about it. I dated one guy, like, off when I was poly, like, off and on for 2 or 3 months, who was shorter than me. But other than that, I feel like I've always dated guys that were over 6 foot, except for my husband. He's, like, right just shy of it, and he's the perfect height difference for me. I'm trying to think about how that happens, because you'd think that they would want a girl who was taller and was, like, closer to their height. But multiple times I've dated someone who was like 6'3", and when they're a foot taller than you, you have to climb them like they're a mountain. Why did they pick me? Why did I pick them? Why did any conversions of picking happen? Like, not Beauty and the Beast. That'll be my fair. My late mom was 4'11", and my dad is 6 foot. So maybe tall guys like short girls. Dang. 6'9". Oh my god. That's got to be really hard, like, to function in society. I feel like you would have to duck all the time. At 6 foot, your sister should go and be a supermodel. Like, that's such a perfect height for doing runway. Dang, you're not kidding. You guys are all really tall. I'm a little jealous. The first time I saw Orlando Bloom as Legolas, I actually didn't see him in the movie. I had a teacher, Mrs. Yulin, who she would go to Blockbuster. I'm aging myself right now. She would go to Blockbuster and she would purchase all of those cutouts that you have that they have to like show off movies and stuff, and she would put them in her classroom. So she had a bunch of different cutouts, and one of them she had was Legolas. And I remember I walked into the class and I was like, who is that? And my friend was like, that's Orlando Bloom. And I'm like, Will? That's Will? I don't. Yeah, I definitely see that. The guy I dated in college, I don't want to say his name because I don't want to like name drop people who aren't people online. He said the same thing, that it was really hard dating, that everybody would say they didn't want somebody who was so short, and sometimes girls would be really mean about it, which sucks to suck for them. He was really great. The 5'3" club. I am also 5'3". I cannot reach anything in my house. I filmed a video earlier today that I have to like edit down to be like the funny ending of one of my videos. I had to get up on top of my bed to put my lamp together. And I probably could have woke my husband up and made him do it, but I'm a big tough girl and I can tie my own sandals and everything. Although if he had woken up and saw that I was trying to do it myself, he would have just did it. I am a princess. I'm gonna dye this black so that it'll be like crisscrossing across her. You know, okay, I know that, I can't remember who, but I know someone said they didn't like the new Final Fantasy VII. But I do think that Cloud is like a short king, in like the hot short kings. I think the compendium says he's like 5'6" or 5'7". I said that to someone online and they got really upset and were like, no, Cloud is really tall. And I'm like, no, he's not. He's a short king. Embrace it and love him. He's a blonde hottie. I like that there's two guys in that game that are both types of guys that I like. Because Zach is like the floppy, dark-haired, golden retriever energy boy. I tend to lean more towards him because I feel like I have more in common with Eric. But if I could have anyone, if I could date anyone in Final Fantasy VII, I would date Tifa. Oh, ruin her super awesome legs showing off. I'm gonna go Misty Step. Okay, cool. Again, I'm gonna dye all of these items AO, so they're gonna be black on black. The only way it would be better is if I could find a dye that's black on pink. Sephiroth is gorgeous, man. You're gorgeous. I'm literally gorgeous. I love that sound. I don't think I need to change. Oh yeah, I do need to change her underwear because they show on the other one side. I don't want to take them off. Perks. I'm weird. Okay, that might look better. So that'll peek out of the dress like little straps. Okay. Be the magic. Shit. I forgot
wish to live in more interesting times.
that I left the die on Lizelle. But I could just summon it again. I'll summon it over to Shadowheart, so it's always with somebody in camp. What? Normally, all of this stuff would be, all of this stuff would be cut out, and you wouldn't see me go through all of this frustration. Like when I'm recording, when I recorded like the Astarion approvals only challenge and the Gale approvals only challenges and whatnot. We only, I say we because one of them is my husband. We only recorded what we needed. Like, some of the Astarion approvals only when I recorded other stuff because I wanted B-roll. But I wasn't recording, like, the fights or anything. I would start and stop OBS. Because I didn't stream it, so. I am an unmedicated woman. And you can definitely tell sometimes. But it just costs too much, damn. So, my best friend is 5'1", and when we were living in the dorms together, neither of us could reach the top of anything because the dorms were very clearly built for a super tall person. And she would just climb up on the counters to grab things, or I would get down on all fours and she would climb up on my back and then hop up onto things. We made it work. I think physically speaking, Sephiroth is more attractive than Cloud, but personality-wise, I like Cloud better. Not the version of Cloud at the beginning of the game / beginning of the first game, depending on which of the franchise you're playing. When he's being the version of soldier that he thinks he would be if he were a soldier, because he's not acting like Zack. If you've played any of the games with Zack, Zack is super sweet, super goofy, lovable puppy energy. He is not a jerk or a show-off jackass. He's a show-off, but not a jackass. Cloud is acting like the I'm too cool for school version of soldier that he thought he would be if he became one. I don't like that. But once he starts to open up and become more of the character who'd be like, let's mosey out of here, I like that version of him. Like, I liked him better in Rebirth. I liked him in the original game, but I liked him better after the barn scene with Tifa. Although, I might have other reasons for liking the barn scene with Tifa. Together. I'm going to change Shadowheart's hair when I'm done dressing her. It works wonders. As soon as I take her fringe out of her face, she suddenly becomes an incredibly appealing person. But there's just something about her fringe hair. It, like, I don't know. It gives me, like, this, you know, there's those feelings you have when, like, something reminds you of, like, middle school or high school, and it's, like, such a horrible memory that you just refuse to accept it. Something about her fringe makes me feel like everyone is laughing at me. I've never had fringe, so I don't know where that's coming from. Aside from, like, there's definitely some stuff that they've added to the remakes of Final Fantasy VII. They're definitely, in my opinion, and I think about doing essays on it, but Final Fantasy VII fans can get super toxic. Like, when the first game came out, I put in my Twitter, the only thing I will dead name is Twitter. I put in my Twitter bio, Tifa's waifu. Didn't say that I thought she was supposed to be with Cloud. Didn't say anything like that. Just said Tifa's waifu. Because I'm a bi girly, and I want her so bad. So damn bad. Would buy a body pillow of her like a creepy person. And people started sending me unprompted DMs telling me to KYS because I wasn't a cleric when I didn't say which girl I thought Cloud should be with. Just completely unprompted out of nowhere. And that continued for several months. One of them I blocked on Twitter, went and found me on Instagram, and then went and found me on TikTok to do the exact same thing. And I'm like, it makes me super hesitant to want to do lore essays because I put effort into monitoring my comments because I'm a small enough channel I can still do that. And granted, I don't get everything. YouTube doesn't always show me everything. But I can only imagine the amount of fighting that could happen in that. Because when I make an Ascended Astarion video, like, people don't always see it because I go in and I shadow ban people that are being super toxic like that because I can. So people that are making, like, death threats against Ascended Astarion girlies or vice versa, I have to get rid of. And Final Fantasy VII attracts so many of those people. And I don't know why. I don't get it. Like, I would never want to say that to someone, so I don't understand why anyone would want to say that to someone else. I'm gonna give her the crit ring because she needs help. She always needs help. She's pretty, but she can't hit anything. At least there's that ability on YouTube. Because, like, on YouTube, if someone is breaking your community guidelines, like, 9 times out of 10, it's people who are trying to sell other people in the comments Binance crypto coin. I don't know what I did to attract bots for crypto coin, but I banned the word Binance. And anytime someone uses it, they go into a folder where I go through all the comments that have banned words. And most of the time, it's curse words, and I just approve them, and then your comment goes live. But I limit, is what it's technically called, the bots, so they can still watch videos. But if they leave a comment, only they will ever see their comment. It's not live for anyone else. And I think YouTube does that because YouTube wants to make money off of them. And on TikTok, I just have to, like, full on block people. I love scrolling TikTok, man, but every time I do, I come out the other end really angry. I've taken to, like, scheduling it on my phone, or not on my phone, on my computer, and not opening it on my phone at all. Because when I do, I get bombarded by videos that are meant to make you want to angry react, and I fall for it. So I have to just not. Okay, let's... But, I totally went off on a random rant there. But the Final Fantasy VII remake games kind of, to me, come across like a sequel. But to go into that would potentially ruin parts of the game if you haven't finished them. But as it stands for part 1 and 2, you could play them and not play the original and you would still understand the story. Oh no, I feel that, Assassin. I feel that in my soul. I still like Final Fantasy games, and I still play them. Final Fantasy 14 hasn't been very toxic in my experience. But that's because I can control who I do and don't play with for the most part. But yeah, I try not to go into any fandom spaces for Final Fantasy games because they get so toxic, but like so toxic. It's the same way with going into anything for Reddit. I had to stop going on Reddit. I have 2 Reddits. I have one under Katira, one under my real name. And I had to stop being on Reddit under my real name because people were harassing me for liking Ascended Astarion. And that was what made me feel like I couldn't come out as an Ascended Astarion girly. And then when I did the Vampire Bride video, which was like the first big essay, it was technically the second essay total, but it was the first big one I did. That was so hard for me. Like, I had to stay up all night to finish it and put it out immediately after, or I wasn't going to be willing to do it because I was so afraid that YouTube was going to treat me the same way that people on Reddit did for loving Ascended Astarion and for being a sub in real life. And instead I got the opposite. Instead I got all of you guys. All of the right people came. I ended up incredibly lucky. So hard to find a weapon she can use. I went in and dyed her clothes already. I had to have went in and dyed her clothes already because they're all black. I got distracted. Yeah, I like this. She full on looks like... She looks like she would be in like a modern day Van Helsing. Okay. Let's go get her some better hair. She'd be giving bully flashbacks right now. But I can't remember if my bully had fangs. I can't remember if my bully had fringe bangs or not. I'm starting to think she did. Because every time I see these fringe, I just like want to run and hide. Run and hide from lots of deeds. Oh yeah, she does look full dominatrix. I love it. I would smash. That's the thing that's like that was really frustrating about disliking Shadowheart, which I went over in today's video, is that I really like the way she looks. Like, that was the part that always confused me. Because I absolutely love the way she looks. Like, I love, especially, I like thighs on anyone. I love that Shadowheart has these adorable little hip dips. Like, it's harder to see when she's wearing a dress, but like, she comes in and then comes back out, and like little handles. And they're so gorgeous. Every time there will be like a girl online who will be like, I hate that I have hip dips. I'm like, no, honey, they are gorgeous. They are hot. If you wore leggings, there would be like a tiny little overhang over the top of your tights. That is immaculate. Chef's kiss. Don't be self-conscious about that. That is gorgeous. Let's get her lips up as we can. That way when she kisses you, everyone will know that she did. I'm pretty sure if Astarion magically came to life, he would have every girl he wants. We would build him a shrine. Maybe if we all focus really, really hard together, we can manifest him like an Agabor. Can you imagine if that actually happened? Like, I think I would just like pass out.
You drink in the pungent corpse. Since you awoke on the ship, your mind has been cold and empty, but something stirs. With your hands close to this
Astarion will
body,
have all of the pretty girls, all the pretty boys, all the pretty days.
Flittering across your face. This feels like home. There is something unknown and unspeakable deep within your heart. fresh water. There must be a settlement somewhere
I
nearby.
too would have fallen for it. I absolutely would have ended up in that cell. No, I'm not gonna pretend that I would have been smarter than that. I would have been like, who is this boy? Why is he so gorgeous and obsessed with me? Nobody's obsessed with me. I will do whatever you want, sir. And then I would be trapped in a cell for a couple 100 years. Checks. That's how the toxic one got me. So I was like, nobody ever likes me. Where's this beautiful Italian boy giving me attention? Luckily, I have dated many people, but only one person that I've dated long term has ever been.
Those wretched things.
And I've never made that mistake again. I learned my lesson.
Don't mind if I do. Better stay back. One strike could be lethal. Light on my feet.
Ready. Unseen.
I know words are being spoken that I need to look at, but I'm afraid that if I do one trying to play my turn while I'm trying to sneak, I'm gonna die. Okay. Yeah, I imagine that he smells good too. Yeah, unfortunately. I'd like to think that I could be Tav, but there is no way I could be Tav. Because the amount of physical activity it would take to fight all of these creatures, no. But also, I couldn't be Tav because my life motto is not my monkeys, not my circus. And everybody in this game be wanting to make their monkeys my business. Y'all don't pay me enough for this. Not you, Zevlor in particular. Zevlor does not pay me enough for this bullshit.
On my way.
Oh, I 100% totally forgot that I have abilities.
She's right well. Perhaps survival isn't such a
I'm
distant
gonna just
prospect.
wipe the floor with them in one move, but I forgot I turned the button. All that dress up. And I forgot I had mods on. This is all the random ADHD squirrel brain shit that y'all don't usually see. Oh, I've lived in Florida too long, I'm saying no. Yes. Yes, puppies and bird babies. Okay, so I gotta stop talking for a second because we're going to capture this specific scene for Supercut. I was going to be loud for a second.
Hello? Over here!
Hurry! I've got one of those brain things cornered. There, in the grass. You can kill it, can't you? Like you killed the others? I was hoping for a kind soul. Well, not to worry. Shh. Not a word. Let's try to keep that lovely neck of yours in one piece. Hmm? And you, keep your distance. No need for this to get messy.
I need her alive. Stow that blade, or I'll show you just how messy things can get.
Promises, promises. But I have other business, I'm afraid. Now, I saw you on the ship, didn't I? Nod? You wriggling little... Ah!
Your mind twists. You're looking out of unfamiliar eyes, prowling dark, busy streets. You try to hold the memory, but it fades to the worm. The light, the fear.
What was that? What's going on? A fine effort. But I've seen it all. I was walking this land while your ancestors were learning to crawl. Now tell me, what just happened? What was that? It sounds like you saw a glimpse of my past. And I saw yours. You're not one of them. They took you. Same as they took me. I'm half tempted to spill your guts all over the dirt anyway, but for now... Apologies. A kindred spirit. My name's Astarion. I was in Baldur's Gate when those beasts snatched me. A pleasure. So, do you know anything about these worms? Turn us into... Of course it'll turn me into a monster. What else did I expect? Although, it hasn't happened yet. If we can find an expert, someone that can control these things, there might still be time. You know, I was ready to go this alone, but maybe sticking with the herd isn't such a bad idea. And you seem like a useful person to know. All right. I accept. Lead on.
As he joins your side, your mind dances with thoughts of a perfect, pretty corpse.
Assassin, you're trying to kill me. I had to be perfectly quiet during the capture movement. I had to hold my breath. The die. Oh my god, the dice. They were like, girl, you know you want to talk. You know you want to say something. So bad. But I don't want to like have to. I don't want to have to turn the microphone off each and every single time. Let's talk down. I guess I could turn it off each time, so I have to change the amount of noise the desktop makes. Why aren't you endlessly duplicating again? What? Okay, well, we'll just give you daggers. I just realized that my, approvals only mod stopped working. Like, I think the Kisses mod's still working, and I haven't tested it, but approvals only mod stopped working. I need to let it go, let it go. I mean, I guess I got some, like, unique audios because I lost both of them. Wait, this is camp outfit. What? Wait, I thought that was supposed to be black. Okay. Yes, please. Thank you. We gotta save that for when we get to the romance scene. If we're gonna get age restricted, it better be for a good reason. I like this one even though it doesn't give me anything, because it looks cool for him to have a necklace on. Oh damn. Even as Lae'zel, like if you fail getting us and getting Shadowheart out of the pod, you can try both of those again as Lae'zel. You just have to backtrack. The only downside now that I'm thinking about it is that I won't get to have all of the straps crisscrossing across his chest. Ooh, no. One that's light on. God, that's too much clothing for him. I know that's like the one sin. Like, we're not supposed to be spicializing him. But I can't. It sucks too. Like, starting over might have been the best option because it sounds like you got a really bad RNG, that you would get a lot of really bad rolls. Because there is some merit to the rolls that you start out with are going to impact the rolls you have for the rest of the game, because there is an RNG factor in it. And it's not just an RNG every time, it's also an RNG for like what your dice is supposed to like lean more towards, even if you have karmic die turned on. Which doesn't always work, by the way. I have definitely had too many things happen in a row that should not have. What if, hear me out, what if we be twins? What if we change his outfit? And we be twins? You'll see what I mean in a sec. And we'll be necklace twins! We'll both have the same collar. Although you wouldn't normally put a collar on a dog. You'd usually give them the alternate piece. Like, if you were somebody who does, like, the lock and key collar, they would have the key to whatever your, like, lock is. Like, whether it's an anklet or a bracelet or a necklace that has a lock on it. Not everybody has an alternate one. I don't have an alternate one. I don't wear my collar every day. I only wear it when I want to signal that I'm to play, that I want to participate. Or if I'm online. Sometimes I'll wear it online, because when I'm talking about subdom topics, I like to wear it. So people are like, oh yeah, I see why you're talking about that. I did like not my last relationship, but the last like good dog relationship I had. I liked the collar we had. It was pink, and when it was facing one way, like it was a choker and you could spin it either direction. When it was facing one direction, the clasp that brought it together just looked like a pendant. And then when you turned it the other direction, it had a hook for a leash. Yeah. Looks good in rings. I mean, that makes sense. Again, I don't know enough about the game to go off of anything, but the spelling of his name makes me think that he would probably have dark hair and dark eyes and tawny skin. Like, he has a name that's spelling that has like either Arabic or Semitic roots in how it looks like it's spelled. But again, I'm just going off of the spelling. I don't know. People wouldn't look at my name and be like, oh, it is a Mesopotamian respelling of Cathara, which is a type of harp that they used to play in Greece and Persia. Where's the other wedding name? No, it doesn't affect your approval if he kills you. As long as you let him drink your blood, you'll get approval. If you say, okay, but not a drop more than you need, it's like 5 approval. And then if you say, fine, but you threaten him in it, then it's 1 approval. Pushing him off of you or convincing him to stop doesn't give you approval or take approval. if you stab him, he dies. I don't know. I definitely would still have shakes of excitement even if I died from the encounter. Granted, I mean, I did spend an entire 8 hours this week working on talking about that specific. I spent all of my breaks when I wasn't at work today editing on a video about Astarion being a dom, so my head is not in a good place. Along with like the segment of spicy fan fiction I wrote about him. Not like a whole piece, but like just like to explain how it would sound if I were talking in sub-dom terms from like his perspective, because we only have it in tabs. Just make sure my baby boy always goes first. I'm sorry, I keep clicking my tongue, I keep stimming while I'm reading. Oh. I know that annoys people when I do that at work. Yeah, let's just do this. I've just accepted the fact that I am a spicy romance author who initially built her brand on YouTube from how badly she thirsted for like until yesterday my name on YouTube was Katira Prey, Astarion's girlfriend. So I've just accepted the fact that I am a thirsty little monster, and people will either like it or they won't like it. I mean, could be worse. My clothes are on. And they will forever be on. Astarions might not, though. Sometimes, man, I don't know what YouTube is gonna say is or isn't a bad word. Like, technically, I'm supposed to be allowed to say, I'm allowed to say, like, your assigned sex and it not be a big deal. And then sometimes, when I say that phrase, it's like, no, age restriction, and I have to go in and edit it out, like, just, like, remove the blip of audio for that word. He is looking fine. Look at that. Gorgeous, man. Black just looks so good on him.
Everything is clear.
His big self. I like it. I mean, I could see pale. Like,
There, a mind flayer, and it's hurt.
Like, I'm Jewish and I do not have dark skin at all.
Be dangerous, even if injured. Best be careful.
My my biological father's side of the family is a mix of
Monster.
Jewish and Egyptian.
Death is too good.
And I
for
feel like
us.
you could see it in my hair color and my eye color and my nose. You could definitely see it in my nose. Like, I hate being on camera without makeup or like a good angle because you can see it in my nose, and I feel conscious about it because
Dead
everyone
goblins
would
over
make
there.
fun of it when I was growing up.
Worth checking for supplies, maybe.
But you definitely cannot see it in the tone of my skin. Other than I have yellow undertones. Time to get gaily pop.
What's going on with that room? It's unstable somehow.
We're not gonna
Approach the
keep the
sigil on the
non-Astarion
stone.
essential seeds.
Magic glitters and swirls from it erratically.
But we'll still keep Gale.
Functioning.
We won't eat his
It looks
hand.
slightly dangerous.
Mainly because, like, ill. I don't think that would taste good. Because if you played Astarion's origin, when he bites Gale, it makes him sick to his stomach. I mean, I don't want his hand in my mouth. A Sphinx drag.
Whatever you're doing is working wonders. Now a quick little pull should do the trick.
Some men look so good with long hair. Like, has anyone seen the Mummy with Brendan Fraser? Audit Fair in that. He plays the Magi. Oh my god. Like my first like real speaking, living, breathing human crush.
Apologies.
That
Usually
movie.
better at this.
That movie was my bi awakening. Everyone in oh, I'm sorry. The lavalier mic. That was a good call. The lavalier mic fell down. It was not. It was facing the wrong direction.
That magic. Say, but I know you, don't I? In a manner of speaking. You were on the Norse Lloyd as well.
I would say that I am too, but I wouldn't use that word because I've had people call me that word. But on my birth father's side,
Unwelcome insertion in the ocular
are
region.
Jewish and Egyptian, and then they moved up to Germany during World War II because my not so great grandfather is a horrible person. And then I don't talk to that side of my family for very many good reasons. And then on my mom's side of the family, my mom is half Shoshone because my grandmother is Shoshone, which is a Native American tribe that she grew up in Wyoming. And my grandfather is Irish and British. You could see the Irish in my freckles.
Parasite? Are you aware that
unless
after a period of
I am wearing makeup,
excruciating
because
gestation,
I
it will
cannot
turn us
for the
into
life of me
mind
find a
flayers?
foundation
It's a process
that
known
does
as
not cover
ceremorphosis,
up
and
freckles.
let me
Like
assure you,
sometimes when I go on
it is
camera,
to be
like the
avoided.
other two videos,
You don't
I
happen
was
to be a
wearing
cleric by any
only
chance, do
concealer
you?
under my eyes because I felt
Doctor?
like if I
Surgeon?
wore foundation, I would look
Uncannily adroit
weird.
with a knitting needle?
But when I'm doing like a full-fledged essay,
You
full
seem to know
makeup
enough about our condition
and
to
fake
realize
lashes.
it's beyond most
When I say
clerics'
fake lashes,
skills.
I literally mean it.
Most,
Those lashes
no
are
doubt.
not
But I find
real. They do
myself
not
hoping to be in the
exist.
presence of the
I do
few.
not know how to put on fake lashes, so
You
I just
don't happen to be
add
one of them.
in post-production. One day I will learn how to stick something to my eyeball with glue without freaking out. Maybe.
As we've established,
I
few
tried
enough
it one
can.
time,
It's not exactly a common affliction.
and I
We're most certainly
glued
going to need a
part of
healer,
my eyelid
soon,
to my
too.
other part of my eyelid, so like my
How
eye was
about we
stuck
lend each
all the
other
way
a helping
open.
hand once more and look for a healer together.
My brother has the Jewish curls. He also has the Jewish ginger, where like it's bright red when you're younger. I technically did too, but like as a more auburn color, and then it gets darker as you get older. My brother has like the really tight, like Kyle from South Park. He calls it his Jufro.
Most excellent. A parasite shared is a parasite halved. Or something to that effect. Oh, but before you think you're about to embark on a journey with most ill-mannered a man, thank you for pulling me out of that stone. It was an act of foresighted kindness, I assure you. For I have the feeling ample opportunities will present themselves for me to return the favor.
And then my husband is British. So much so. His last name is London. I mean, I guess that's my last name. So obviously, by like, I don't write under my married name. I don't, I could, I guess. If I ever wanted to write, like, straight up contemporary or something else, I could always be Kit London, but I feel like that's probably a really common name. I'm sure Katira is not, but Kit is.
So, we're resting here. Turning in for the night. It's all a little new to me, I admit. The night normally means bustling streets, bursting taverns. Curling up in the dirt and resting is, a little novel. I'll be awake a while yet. Today has been a lot. I need some time to think things through. To process this. You sleep. I'll keep watch. The pleasure is all mine. Sweet dreams.
I like that he'll always say some form of good night, sweet dreams, sleep well, etc., to you when you just decide to click leave and walk away from the situation. I don't have the compilation on me, but somebody did a compilation of it on YouTube, and I was like, damn!
Go to hell. Ha! You're a good sport. Go to hell. An everyday expression. So trivial it's almost meaningless. But we've seen hell. It's real. And it isn't trivial. Devils, dragons, mind flayers. They used to be abstracts. Pictures on a piece of paper. What a difference a day makes. Now we have tadpoles slithering through our heads like carnivorous feti.
Technically...
That's not
no,
abstract.
Wait, no, you're right, because if we were playing... we weren't playing the Dark Urge and I had selected, if the roles were reversed, I would do the same. You do get one approval point, because you can get an approval point before you actually recruit someone. It just doesn't flash on the scene, but it shows it in the game code when I have the mod turned on, which I showed in the stream we did last week. But yeah, we didn't do that, so that was our first approval.
That's the spirit.
Again, I like
Let's
her
be
dress.
Up with the lark. Find a healer before the wee one gets hungry.
This is another one of those outfits where I'm like, I wish I was as bold as Tab, because this is like a gorgeous outfit. But I just be like standing there trying to figure out how to cover my legs.
Doing the rounds, are you? You'd better get some rest. What were you two talking about? You and the pale fellow. Fine. Just don't expect my confidence if I don't have yours. And just to be clear, come daybreak, finding a healer is our first priority.
She's so finicky.
Good. We might even get lucky and find one right away.
She
As I see it,
will
we're
not
overdue
share
some good
anything with
fortune.
me. And she gets
Rest
so
well.
angry when I don't share with her. Like, bitch, it's a two-way street. If you ain't gonna give to me, I ain't gonna give to you. Mutual satisfaction or nothing else.
As you writhe with sickly dreams, a deep dread
It's probably gonna
floods
flash
you.
my
Though
coochie
you
even though
have
I'm
a
wearing underwear.
tadpole, you know your broken mind is not like the others who bear the worm.
Yeah.
A few scraps of
Every
the
time.
past come back
I don't
to
know
you
why it
now
glitches
and
like
then.
that.
And you can never quite tell where the knowledge comes from. Inexplicable, violent yearnings overwhelm
And
all
that is
other
why
thoughts.
I couldn't wear this dress in real life.
Who could you possibly be to be their vessel?
Well, I guess it doesn't matter if Astarion gets naked now because that glitch just screwed us over.
There are many, many more kills ahead of you. That is you, a killer. You recall waking up, hearing the pounding war drum of blood. How much you treasured the sight of the first corpse you touched. How cruel your old life must have been.
Stop!
What could have happened to make you forget? As you fall asleep, you are a shivering and shaking mess. Blood, blood, blood.
Well, this replay
Blood.
ain't going into the algorithm. The last one it got age restricted stopped being in the algorithm. And so like I could tell when something is or isn't in the algorithm because the views just stop instantly. And I'm like, oh well. I will say though, since that Can Astarion have kids video that it age restricted for the dumbest reason ever and wasn't factually accurate, even in my appeal they did not care. Every time I make a video with Astarion as the subject, it gets age restricted and I have to appeal it. Like it's like the YouTube is trying to take my vampire away from me. That's why I took Astarion out of my name. I was like, maybe this will help. Like, maybe somebody who hates Astarion is like mass reporting me because they keep flagging me for nudity during segments of the video that are not nudity. Yeah. Yeah, Gil does mansplain a lot.
Pained. Sick. You're spasming and twitching. You poor thing. The norm is to keep dirty thoughts like that to ourselves, but do carry on. What did you think I was going to say? Oh, come here. I'll kiss you better.
Oh, but I will come here. And you will kiss me better. Since discovering this mod, I get so very little done. You know what one's really fun? This one is really fun.
Don't touch me.
Yeah. Almost any scene. I feel bad for PC players. This is why everyone should get Minthara at least once. Because this is Minthara's scene. Well, this is her scene if you're a guy. It's a totally different scene if you're a girl. And this is why I never get anything done anymore. Oh yeah, no, I mean console. Sorry. I feel bad for console players. I play consoles so infrequently that I just PC just always comes out of my mouth. Yeah. You could do other kisses as them too. If you have to do kisses on somebody who would be the body type you're casting it for. So like, I can't just cast Minthara onto Astarion. The animation won't line up. But as Astarion, I can cast Minthara on myself. And this is how I get all those really cool different clips as B-roll and like shorts and stuff. And I'll sit and I'll do like 20 of those in a row, and then I'll edit them into smaller videos. I wish that it was on console, but the modder does not, like, made it very clear when people asked. They were like, no, I'm not gonna do it for console. It would take too much time. And I was like, I want to be able to kiss him on any device, in any way I want, at any time at all, for any random reason, including if I just want to spend 45 minutes doing nothing else. What were we doing? I don't remember what we were doing. Yeah, anything that's made by Cerebi on Nexus, they don't have on console. They only have it on PC. I've heard some modders say they don't like the mod manager, but I don't really know enough about building a mod myself to understand why. Other than Sony makes you go through a process to get approval for it to be available on the PlayStation. And that approval process, I've heard from people on Discord, is hell. There are like some people who were making hair mods, and it took forever to get Sony to approve the hair mods for the console because of clipping, even though it was like very minor. Oh yeah, I forgot. I have a mod installed that lets me have all of Gale's spells at all times. Okay, before we continue, I need a stream break moment, so I'll be back. Alrighty, I am back. Hello! I see more people have said hello while I was gone. Can everybody hear me? Make sure, because I had to put the lavalier mic back on because I stepped out of the room. It is giving me a pop-up saying that I having stream issues. Still. Huh, I guess apparently my pause image was giving it bad video. Yeah, it wasn't a video. Oh, 'cause, 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 ' Alright. Guess we should probably play Dress Up with Gale.
You have my attention.
It definitely should. So, like, whenever people are mutuals on YouTube, who are two people that follow each other back, who make content, it's supposed to, because of the way the algorithm is set up, but even then, like, the algorithm's constantly changing. It's supposed to suggest videos from each other's channels to their other, like, viewers and subscribers, because you're usually in the same niche. He looks good in Jaheira's clothes. Oh, I totally forgot I had this outfit. He can't wear it, but I don't know if I put on with him. He can't wear it. What's wrong with me? It is wrong with me. Could give him the white version of Astarion's outfit, then they'll be twinning too. Ugh. No. He's always so hard to dress. All the boys in this game have to, except for Coulson, have to wear light armor, and it makes them so difficult to dress. I forgot how many slutty outfits I have in here that I did not scroll down to. I could have dressed Shadowheart in so many things that would have gotten us banned. Just all be Ascended Astarion's little harem. And that's not a very nice word. His little coven. Gil, why are you always so difficult to dress? I don't appreciate it. I don't appreciate it. You know what's not fair? How many really great, slutty little outfits there are for our female characters. But there are just not enough great, slutty little outfits for our dudes. Like, what about body type 2 and 4? Why does he always look so good in hats, though? Like, it pushes... Like, you put it on Astarion and it looks weird, but you put a hat on Gale and it pushes his hair down and it's like... Yes. My husband needs a haircut. His hair is, like, at that length where it's too short to be hot like this, but too long to style. And I'm like, either you need to get a haircut so that you don't die in the Florida heat, or we gotta grow it out longer. One or the other. That happened to me when I got a pixie cut. It took a year and a half to grow it back out to like mid-back. And I went through this awkward stage where it was growing out, but it wasn't long enough to be a bob yet, and it looked like a classic Karen haircut. And I had to wear a hood everywhere I went, or a hat, because I didn't want anyone to see me looking like Karen. Like, I didn't want to walk into a store and people be like, oh god, she's gonna ask for my manager. Like, John and Kate plus 8 Kate hairs. Like, it was bad. Don't get a pixie cut unless you have the strength to grow it out when you're tired of it. Hello? There we go. Nice. The only thing I don't like about Gale is that he Gale-splains things. But I also married somebody who over-explains things, so I have no room to judge. I looked really cute in the pixie cut. I looked like a little elf, like specifically like Peter Pan, like the girl that was in the live-action Peter Pan. And when I say that, I mean like the old Broadway show when she played Peter Pan. Growing it out was not fun. No. And like, it made my face look weird when I was growing it out. Like, my face looked extremely round. And I don't mean like I had a round-shaped face, because I do have a round-shaped face. I have like something between an oval and a circle. I mean like, it looked like my face was constantly swollen like a puffer fish. And I know it was an optical illusion, but I could not figure out how to fix it. And when I would wake up in the morning, it would stand up on end like I was an anime superhero. But, I mean, I was like, just graduated and was all... had my first office job, was leaving, like, food service, and I was like, I'm just gonna cut this toxic service industry out of my hair and have a fresh start. Oh, it's funny too, because like, I wouldn't have been so bad. It wouldn't have been so bad, but I got my pixie cut, and then I got my pixie cut and I touched it up one time, and I got my touch up in December of 2019, and I would have needed to get my next touch up in March of 2020. And we all know why I couldn't. So I had to grow it out. There was no going to a salon. I think I probably would have just continued to keep it up for another year or two if 2020 had 2020. But I mean, that I'd rather look like a Karen and be safe, so it is what it is. Now I have a lot of hair, and I feel like I have too much hair. It comes down to like the lower middle of my back. I want to get it cut to my like shoulder. Ooh, pardon me. I want to get it cut to like shoulder length and like have a bunch of cute little layers. Like, I don't like it being so long, especially in the dead heat wave we're in Florida right now. It's like having a blanket on my head. I did too. I was like, Emma, I went and got exactly Emma Watson's haircut. I went and got Emma Watson's pixie cut, and I was like, I am getting this because this will be low maintenance. I will not need so much shampoo and conditioner. I'll save money. I'll style it all the time because it'll be an easy style because it's so short. No. Short hair requires a lot of upkeep. And I should have known that because up until I got the pixie cut, I'd always gotten an A-line cut. I'm talking Raven from Teen Titans. I always got that haircut and I always dyed it blood red. So, like, from leaving my toxic ex until the pixie cut, always that, because I was never allowed to have short hair or weirdly colored hair when I was in my religion, and then that ex didn't like those things because they were too weird for him. So, just went fuck crazy. At one point I had magenta and purple in my hair. I have dyed my hair black at one point, like a super crazy, but most of the time blood red. And you would think that I would know. I would know you need to upkeep a haircut like that. But no, alas, I thought too highly of my ability to handle it. I am not a high maintenance girly. I am not even a high maintenance to be low maintenance girly. I want to be so bad. I get lost in the TikTok scroll, but I just not. But I want to be so badly. I want to go out and buy all of the things that make them so beautiful and charming and be exactly like them. And instead, I just buy all of the things and then hate myself because I spent money I don't have, and then don't use the things because I don't know how to use the things, or I'm just lazy. And that was my Kit talk. It's like a TED talk, but fueled by squirrel brain. It'll be over soon enough. It's not too long of a stage, thankfully. I like to think of it as like part of becoming an adult. Like you have your moment where you do something and you're like, this was a great idea in theory. And it's fun and exciting because it's new. And then you're like, okay, not gonna do this again, but that was great, and I'm glad that I tried it. No, it's his normal hair color and hair. Normally I change his hair color, but I haven't done that yet. I don't know if I will. Holy shit. Magic Mike, anyone? I'm sure he could be assigned to the Astarion's outfit. It might just be the... It might just be the light from I'm pointing at it. You can't see me pointing at it. The light that's next to where it says L1, it could just be that it's reflecting on him really in a weird way. Good night. Give him a big ass staff. After everything he went through with Mister, he deserves a big stick. All the better to Pete hurt him. What else we can't use any weapon. I don't know why I'm even trying to give him a ranged weapon. I'm never going to have him do a ranged attack. It's just like the OCD in me wants there to be every single thing in the right order, all the right times. It's not in the right order. It's not organized. It's like sometimes when something isn't exactly the way that I would want it to be, and like the organization that I need it to be, it feels like wearing a wool sweater without a shirt on underneath it. It just itches the back of my brain. Once I dye the shoes, it won't be too bad. It'll just kind of look like slippers. Nope, something has to be here. Like, even if it's just like a little stupid bow, something has to be. What do you think? Looking like a sexy version of Gandalf. Yeah, it's Friday night for me, so I'm like, it's okay. It technically, I guess it's now morning in the US too, because it's 12:44. I like how his staff has like a big gargoyle back on top of it.
How many die today?
You know what?
How many die tomorrow?
I haven't done yet. I haven't ever had Shadowheart kiss Shadowheart. See, this is why I can't ever get anything done with this mod. It is a little bit harder to tell that she is Shadowheart with all those freckles on her face, though. I wasn't sure if I was going to stream tonight or not, but I was like, I should probably take a break from editing. See, it's not the writing essays that takes a long time, and it's not the voiceover that takes a long time, because the voiceover takes maybe an extra 30 minutes than whatever time you see.
Me, but I'm half the bloody
backbone.
But we don't
When
know
it
what that
comes to
thing even
editing,
is. And what about the crypt?
if you see a video that I put out,
it's a ship.
and that video is
And
36,
the crypt can wait.
or,
Maury and Barton have been trying to break in for
it's
days.
30 hours
Now
long,
we
or 30,
stop.
30 minutes
Got
long.
ourselves competition already.
It takes me
That's
about
our ship.
an hour to edit every 1 to 3 minutes, depending on how many graphics are in it, if it has audios that I have to strip out of it for copyright music, if it has closed captioning on it, or if I needed to get go and get stock footage or something for it. So if you see a video that's 30 minutes long, it took me 30 hours to edit that video. And there's only so much. There's only so much editing I could do in a day before I lose my mind.
Leave that bounty to you? Not a chance. What are you lot waiting for? Get her!
It's easier with shorts. Shorts, maybe like each short, no matter how long it is, at most takes like 10 to 30 minutes. But long form videos require so much effort for me to do everything that you see in the essay. And I know there's a part of me that could be like, I could ask my husband to help because he used to be a professional video editor, but then it wouldn't be mine. I know that sounds stupid, but like I want it to be mine. I don't want him to do it. I don't want I don't want to hire out someone else to do it and it be like their persona and their versions of the world. I don't want to like have CapCut do anything for itself other than like the automatic captions, because I don't want it to be a robot doing it, because that's not me either. I want it to be me. I know that's stupid and selfish, but
Still breathing, despite everything. What part
it's the
lies
same way
before
with
me?
books too. Like it'll be hard. Sometimes I will have someone help me like do critiques, because even as a professional editor, there's things that I miss, and it's really hard when it's like not mine anymore, because I'm like, well, I want you to experience me.
Let's finish this. Got to press on.
That's why I want to be on, like, sometimes I'll do like editing performance and I'll be like, I'm going to be on camera more often because I want people to like see me. Granted, I mean, I do still like edit fake eyelashes onto my face, so it's not me. I do not have perfect eyelashes. I don't know why I'm still so cautious about my eyelashes. Like, that's like, everyone has their thing. Like, there's always like something that you think is never good enough on your face. And mine are my lips and my eyelashes, and I will overline my lips. And I will have fake eyelashes. It sounds stupid when I say it to me, like, I don't think anyone would notice if my eyelashes were not, like, I was suddenly not in fake eyelashes, but I would know. Everybody. You bitches. You're in my way. I think I'm on just regular right now. Yeah, I'm on balance. But I have modded weapons, so everything's going way faster. It isn't like last week when I wasn't using anything at all.
Never a dull moment. Into the bloody fray.
You know, it's funny. So I go by Kit, right? But technically my name is actually Cat. Like, in real life, my name is Cat. So I was always called Kitty when I was growing up. And so when the first time that I saw I Am Kitty, I was like, I guess all cats just like Astarion.
something over there. I wonder what that was.
I remember when I first started doing essay stuff, and I did my Vampire Bride video, there was like people were fighting in the comments, and I didn't know
This place wasn't built
that
for
you
the
could
living.
like shadow ban people essentially, until Kitty was telling me how she takes care of like people being like outright rude and aggressive to other people in the comments. And I was like, oh my god, that's so smart. Like, I would probably still be having to manually delete people who are, like, threatening other people if she hadn't said something.
A trap. This place is more dangerous than I thought.
I haven't seen the one, the like thing that Kitty posted. I do know that the first time I ever saw the like thing, it was peach tea like drink, peach tea gaming. And I say this because I had her video saved, and I actually was editing a clip of it into the next Astarion video that's coming out next week, about Spawn Astarion being a Dom, like the follow-up to the next one in that series. And then I got the mod to work, so I went in and I got a clip of the lake thing, so I'll have both of them in it. That lake thing, man. That lake thing, man. I think I edited a short to go from that clip. Why? Why, Windows Explorer, must you be a dick? And not even a fun dick. I'm not enjoying this ride. There we go. There is. To look for the right folder. It won't be the actual lake thing, but it'll be like a clip from
Toker.
Actually, it will show the lake thing, but it won't be like the one where I was peach teas. Let's take a look.
Toe curling, leg shaking, body
Why
shivering.
is it not showing it? Rude. So rude.
Toe curling, leg shaking, body shivering, good. The grind, the heat, the closeness. That is the kind of move that melts resistance and turns a moment into pure, unfiltered want. And that is why every girly pop be obsessed over it.
Yeah, so I went and got a clip of it to edit in. Using the mod that I showed you earlier with Nazara's romance scene. But that is absolutely why we all love it. I cannot speak for anyone who was assigned male at birth, but I feel like I could speak for all of the girlies who were assigned female at birth. We all like it. I didn't like when they changed the kisses either. There was at one point the kisses are so like they were super scared. I reacted to them and I got rid of those reaction videos because they weren't very well done because I was still learning how to do stuff. But it was not. Oh, I will not be having a squad for this one. I have a mod that's going to let me have every single person in my party so we can get all of the banter. I just haven't recruited anyone else yet, so I haven't activated that mod. But when I do, everyone will get to see how it works. That is how I get all the banter videos, by the way. Like when you're scrolling through my shorts and they pop up and they have the background banter and you see like the characters' pictures. I'm able to get all of those banters because my mod lets me have everybody out all at the same time. So banters that are less common end up popping up more frequently for me. All those little tricks that we as content creators do. My personal belief is that I should share all of those little tricks because we all deserve.
I wonder what was so subversive about their words that they commanded
This one
protection.
locked. Take everybody's weapons. The first time I came in here, I was like, oh, dead bodies. I'm gonna loot these dead bodies. Not knowing that they could be resurrected. And so I stole all of their gear and they weren't able to do that much damage to me.
That's Jurgle, scribe of the dead. I didn't think anyone still worshipped him.
But like I was saying, I think my thought process on it is like, if we're all making content, we should all be sharing and supporting with each other because we're not in competition. Just like I feel the same way with books. It's not like shampoo. Like if you're somebody who goes out and buys shampoo, you're only gonna buy one because you only need one at a time. I would hope you're not buying a bunch when you only need one at a time. And you're probably gonna buy the same brand every time. But when it comes to like art, like videos, TV shows, books, etc., when you're done with one, you're gonna consume another one. And so instead of people fighting or keeping secrets or not sharing how they do things, I think we should all talk about it because we're all a community. And if somebody enjoys what I make, like if somebody enjoys reading my sub-dom books, they're probably going to also enjoy reading Sadie Kincaid or Kara Marie Monty. And I'm never going to look at other authors and be like, oh, they stole my readers. No, we like the same things. Like, I would want to read their books because I like what I write. That's my thought process on that. No! Timora was really like, I tricked you in the beginning and now I fucking hate you, bitch.
The tome does not take kindly to your tampering.
The mod that I'm using to have everyone in my party is a console mod. It is called... Probably gonna make me sign in. For the love of God. Why? It's called... Oh, that's on Nexus. I want the Larian one. Yeah, so log in. Oh my god. I can't put my logging in on the screen because I don't want everyone to see my email. Okay. Library. It's called Pixel Bytes, BYTES, adjustable party limit. And it's available on PlayStation and PC. I actually found it because my husband found it. He was playing Baldur's Gate, and I had just done half of the Viper run, not all of it, but like the first half of it. And I was taking a little break to edit videos, and he saw it when it first got posted, and he was like, I can have everyone in my party. I was like, God damn it, I can't believe you found this. It's not fair. This is my domain.
That's cute.
He found it because he was looking for the polymod. So he was like, I'm gonna play it through one time to see everyone's romances all at once. We tried to play together a second time, and we just couldn't. He couldn't have any fun because I was just gotten so good with Astarion that I kept killing everyone before it was his turn. And I wasn't gonna not have Astarion. Just no. Absolutely not.
Come on, can't stay idle. I'm coming for you.
And that's why mods can be great. Especially if you're like just wanting to collect clips. Like, the reason I'm able to have so many campaigns when I'm collecting B-roll is because I am solely dedicated to collecting B-roll. If it is not what I am trying to collect, I'm not doing it.
What should I do?
That's how I get through it so fast.
On the move.
But when I'm doing a challenge run, like, it depends on what the challenge run is. If I was doing one where it was like, oh, I have to do it playing it the normal way, then I would play it the normal way. Like we did when we were How to Romance Astarion. Because I wanted everyone to see you can do it without any effort. You can romance him and still be a good girl. Oops. That was the wrong one. That was a dumb choice. I'm a dumb girl. I'm just a girl.
It shall be done. Be quick.
Feel that.
Okay. I haven't had that happen on my console yet. But I also haven't made it to Act 3
Behold the
on the
dance of
console
death.
because I'll cross-platform sometimes. And Act 3, I'm worried about playing Act 3 on the laptop instead of my tower PC. Genuinely worried that Act 3 is going to absolutely destroy me because of how many assets there are. I think people say that you have to be bad because they see Astarion as bad. Like, if I'm being totally honest, it's either they either see Astarion as bad, or when they did it, they didn't really know enough about Astarion. Like, there was something that was like an article I read that opening weekend, over 100,000 people were rejected by Astarion. And I don't think that was because they weren't good at romancing him. I think it's because they didn't realize you can only have 2 active romances, and they accidentally triggered other people without realizing it, because at the party, he will go through the seduction opening and make a comment about wanting to have some fun, whether he's going to reject you or not. So a lot of people genuinely thought, oh, well, it's something that I did because I'm not romancing him right. I'm not evil enough. I'm not doing this right. When in reality, the majority of people, from like my experience of people telling me what they did and me helping them figure out where they went wrong, it's almost always that they accidentally activated 2 other characters' romances. Because you can activate their romances without having their romance scene. Like Karlach, you give the iron to Dammon. If you tell her you want to touch her, you're activating her romance. And up until the moment where she comes to your bed, unless you tell her no and you send her away, her romance is active. And you can only have 2 active at a time unless you're using a mod. So a lot of people will accidentally activate, the most common ones are Gale and Karlach, that they'll accidentally activate both of those characters. And then they can't romance anyone else. Hey! I have, but I had to work really hard to make it happen. And it was, again, it was solely because I wanted it for a clip, because I needed it for something.
A lot of effort to hide one sarcophagus.
I've also only ever played the game, this is embarrassing. I've also only ever played the game once without Astarion for the majority of the game, and that was the game where I filmed the challenge that was a viewer requested challenge, where I took Astarion's dead body all the way to Cazador and then resurrected him in the chamber, which broke the game. I had a few mods installed, and the mods in combination with what I did with Astarion, when that's not how the game is supposed to function, broke the game. Like, I don't know if you've seen the video, but there's one part of the video where there's a bunch of eggplant emojis stickers everywhere, because for some reason the mod that like allows you in romance scenes to have an erection was still installed, and I had forgotten about it, and it wasn't working properly, and it started making him spin around like a helicopter and deleted his clothes. just remembering it in my mind. Oh, so he's doing the ascension scene, and it's just whipping around in a circle. I'm sorry. No, he came back as himself. Because I had to kill him to make the challenge work correctly. I had to kill him before I recruited him. So that forced me to have to resurrect him right outside of Cazador's dungeon. And then he would go through his regular recruiting dialogue, but it would make him disappear. Like he would disappear or I would disappear. You walked into the insanity. So he would disappear, or I would disappear, or I would be floating, or he would be floating. It was chaos. And I would have to recruit him, and then I would go and do the Cazador thing, and then as soon as I would do the Cazador scene, he would immediately be like, "So I need to tell you, I'm a vampire," and I'm just standing there like had just ascended him, and I'm like, "You don't say." I never would have guessed. However, if you kill him, but you do not collect his body, or you give him to the Gur and allow the Gur to actually take him, he will show up in the chamber as a pile of ash named Zombie Astarion. I saw somebody else do that, and it was really sad. It broke my heart. And to the point where I have captured footage of stabbing him. I never finished any of those files. I either didn't finish them or I save scummed. I couldn't do it. I needed the clip, but I couldn't do it. So if you ever see a scene of me like talking to Cazador and I've never met Astarion, that is from that challenge. Because I went in and then killed Cazador and then resurrected him before Cazador, and then resurrected him after killing Cazador, but before opening Cazador's coffin to pull him out to see all the different versions. But that footage still haunts me in my dreams. It turns me into a fucking cackling witch. It's just... There's another challenge that we did that I ended up I don't have live because I'm going to edit it into one longer video, because at the time we did it, it's like 2 videos, 1 question and the other. But we're gonna long rest so we can have the how would you like to die scene. But we were trying to see if you could kill Shadowheart in the opening, like on the ship, or shove her off the ship and her still die or survive, and what would happen. I'm sorry, it's gonna be a really loud, horrible noise, but I laughed so hard at it. But there were a few challenges I did back when I was doing my challenge era that were weird. Cazador had to, if you or the Gur kill Astarion, Cazador has to resurrect him for the ritual to work. So he'll turn him into a zombie. That's part of what made, like, from what I understand from people that mod, what made my game break when I did the challenge was that the game thought that he was both there as Zombie Astarion and not there because he was in my pack as like living Astarion. And since both of those assets were there, but it couldn't display either of them, it started freaking out. So then when I resurrected Astarion and brought him in, both versions of him existed, but he wasn't actually there. There was no actually zombie Astarion there, but the thing was lit up like he was. And so it didn't know what to do, and it just started like freaking out and clipping.
Not a trick, my friend. Magic.
And it was that one mod
as it may.
was causing it to have issues because the mod was reading it and trying to read all of the cutscenes leading up to that at once. So it thought we were in a romance scene. So it just deleted his clothes and gave him a full Woody, and then it started clipping.
Spot on. Day 1, fever and memory loss.
It was
Day
not
2,
an easy video to edit.
hallucinations and graying skin. Day 3, Hair loss and blood leaking from all orifices. Need to go on? Day 4. Excruciating pain as the skeleton and organs reform and reposition. Day 5. The host personality has disappeared. Fingers and toes and limbs elongate. I take it you get the picture? Day 6. The flesh around the mouth splits to make way for tentacles. Day 7. A mind flayer is born. This is the abridged version, of course.
She looks so disgusted.
Spot on again. Our orifices remain blissfully unblooded, our heads remain clear, and our blood temperature normal. Any expert will agree
That's the mod gives
abnormal.
the characters realistic erections.
I'll toast to that. The pragmatic in me, however,
The way that it does it
sees
is
only
it
the silence
it
before the
basically like
storm.
removes what
Something to sleep on.
genitals they have
should
in the
get some
game
rest.
and replaces it with a slightly different asset. And that's why it started clipping and spinning, because it was the wrong asset. Well, it was trying to read, the mod was trying to read it as a romance scene when it wasn't a romance scene. It was bad. Like, it broke the game so bad. But it made for such a funny video.
I saw you getting a lecture from our magical friend. I have to say, I thought you'd look worse, but no. Not a tentacle to be seen. Naturally, but I was thinking, what if it doesn't? Of course, first sign of change, and I'll have to stop that pretty little heart of yours. I am open to suggestions. Knives, poison, strangulation, whatever you'd prefer. Well, that's a little dramatic, don't you think? Come on, humor me. If you had to choose. A fine choice. I can think of some nightshades that are deliciously fatal. If they're mixed well, you'll just close your eyes and drift away. And if they're not, well, I'm getting ahead of myself. This is all a worst-case scenario, obviously. Oh, my dear. I'd like to see you try. Now, let's get some rest. The sooner we start tomorrow, the better our chances of keeping this hypothetical.
If you... I saw somebody who went in and tested it a couple of different ways. If you don't recruit Astarion, it's not just that he's a zombie when you get to Cazador's palace in Act 3, but also that the Gur camp will be completely decimated. Because what happened was, or what's implied happened, because it's not outright said, is that Cazador found Astarion because the Gur and the swamp found Astarion, and because we weren't there, he overpowered Astarion because Astarion didn't know he was coming. And then they went to question him. Cazador killed all of the Gur, kidnapped Astarion, and killed him for punishment, and then resurrected him for the ritual. This moment, this line Shadowheart's about to say, I'm pretty sure that this defines why when you have your romance scene, she has a -1 approval.
I couldn't help but overhear. Well, alright, I could have helped, but didn't. Anyway,
I didn't think about
I
it, but
feel the
somebody
same.
commented that, and I was
Other
like,
than the
yes,
occasional
now I can't
mental
unhear it
exchange,
ever again.
It's almost as if we're not infected. The voice on the ship told me I'd become a beautiful weapon. What do you think it meant? Huh, adorable. But your timing is awful.
How do you know I I wasn't
Whatever
flattering
the Mind
myself.
Flayer's
We have the
plans
same
were,
face.
those dragons spoiled them. That doesn't make our situation less dangerous. Either way, we can't take the lack of symptoms for granted. We have to find a healer. Well, I've said my piece. Get some rest.
So happy now. I love her little thigh accessory. What would you call that? A thighless? Like a thigh necklace? Or it would be like an anklet, a thighlet. Oof. Alright. It is 1:20, 1:23 here, and I have to up like 8 a.m. So I need to try and go to sleep. But this is fun. I liked this. I like getting to spend time with you guys. But I shall see you later. I shall put it on an ending screen so that, because I'm 2 minutes ahead of you, so that I don't miss everything. But good night, guys.